Welcome to the DroidDevCast, a podcast brought to you by the team at Esper, bringing you the latest news, thoughtful discussion, and insights into all things Android, Android DevOps, and open source software development. I'm your host, Rin Oliver, Platform Evangelist at Esper, and today I'm joined by Steve Kwon, Senior Global Project Sales Manager at POSBANK. Steve, thank you so much for joining me today. We're here this week to discuss Android kiosks, the evolution of kiosk-based payment solutions, kiosk-based marketing and advertising, and to talk a bit more about Esper and POSBANK's partnership. So with that said, let's get started. Steve, what is POSBANK? Can you tell me a little bit more about your company, your products, and what you do?
Sure. So POSBANK is HQ'd in Korea. We're a manufacturer of various POS, kiosk, and tablet solutions for retail and hospitality markets. Everything is manufactured from Korea. We've manufactured and sold over 130,000 units in 2019 worldwide through Italy, Mid-East. For U.S. markets, we have offices in New York and California supporting various customers. As for myself, I'm in the global project sales team here at POSBANK HQ, and I'm responsible for bringing in project-related business as well as OEM, ODM businesses, and partner with solution providers to provide a final solution. And Esper would be a perfect example of this.
Perfect. Wonderful. And what are some of the Android hardware trends that you're seeing?
Sure. The majority of the POS market is really based on Windows hardware. Initially, we've seen a lot of growth in the Asian markets, and it moved slowly through the fiscal regulated countries like Italy and Russia. And so who saw the advantage of a lower cost solution? However, we've seen rapid adoption in the US and European markets where end users are demanding cloud server-based solutions. And the adoption of smartphones by the masses have really helped adoption of this technology. In terms of the trends that we're seeing, we are first, to provide solution with the same interface as Windows-based POS hardwares to meet various requirements for customers adopting Android system. And the second, we're currently working on a 15.6 full HT POS system with modern and ultra slim design, with optimized interfaces with multiple options like camera, scanner, micro SD slot, along with various MSR fingerprint reading modules, as well as second display.
That all sounds actually really interesting. Did the COVID-19 pandemic affect the point of sale and kiosk market, and how has your industry changed?
We definitely saw a decrease in sales volumes, especially from the hospitality markets. But we saw growth in our kiosk sales, especially in the domestic markets, due to the high demands of contact marketing efforts in Korea. Basically, this is where brands are utilizing technologies such as kiosks to reduce people-to-people contact while providing consumers a way to connect with brands and communities safely. We've also seen high demands and offerings of temperature measuring kiosks. I'm sure you see them all over the place here in Korea. You go anywhere. You go watch a movie at a movie theater, it's right there. Restaurants, it's scanning you. And so it's become a lot of customers are adopting this kind of technologies. And we're also seeing digital signage products with hand sanitizing options as well. So we've seen this kind of growth.
So Steve, what's your advice to companies who are thinking about custom building point of sale systems or kiosks?
Yeah, this is something that we're very interested in providing. Basics are to see what the current and future trends are. Design changes pre-launch after the initial investments would be an absolute nightmare to change at the end. Definitely evaluate potential manufacturing partners early on in the process. Definitely learn about their quality system because at the end of the day, it will affect you. Some basics are, how are they sourcing products? How do they evaluate suppliers? How do they implement changes within the manufacturing process? How do they manage product complaint and support? What quality process do they have in place? Because this will affect your product at the end of the day. And you want to keep your failure rates down as much as possible. So definitely evaluate their history and their current products as well. Ask them about the products and what are their failure rates on those products. What have they done to improve on it? So definitely have conversations earlier on. Just trying to launch a product within the next 3 months, it makes everything much more difficult. So definitely put some time into it.
Can you tell us a little bit about POSBANK's quality assurance process and how you deliver high-quality, sturdy products to global customers?
Sure. POSBANK product is really well known for its quality throughout the market. We've been in the market since 94. We started manufacturing since 2004 as well. Everything's manufactured in Korea. And this and really our quality is really based on our QMS system. At the manufacturing line, we reduce dust levels by implementing a no carton box rule, and storage has dust-free EOS, ESD prevention systems. And we've made further investments in providing a temperature and humidity controller system to maintain optimal manufacturing environment. We have stringent incoming inspection standards, and we have more than 60 inspection points before releasing products out to the customer, and these inspection points are all recorded into our QMS system. So, for example, we have a BIGPOS kiosk, one of our own kiosks set up at the manufacturing line, and this shows daily manufacturing output levels for each customer with percentage of defects found throughout the approvals process, and these are tracked real time, again recorded, and changes are implemented accordingly. So this really helps improve our quality. What ties all this together, again, is our QMS system. Our CEO is tied into it, so any product complaints are directly notified to our CEO. All related departments from the sales, manufacturing, R&D, they're all tied into this as well, and they're provided notifications. If they fall back on the timing, they get text messages to get the next level. So as you can imagine, everyone's on their A game when it comes to quality, and we're quite proud to announce that, our failure rate for systems are at 0.4%. And this was confirmed by our largest system integrator partner in the U.S. as well. So we like to claim bragging rights on this 0.4% failure rate.
That's astounding. I love it. Changing gears a bit, can you tell me a little bit about how Esper and POSBANK teamed up to help an award-winning convenience store chain in the southeastern U.S. deploy BIGPOS kiosks?
Yes, to tell you the truth, it was really quite simple because the hard work was already done. It took Esper and POSBANK months to get this ready before we started bringing in the customers. It's just as a simple high-level blanket solution that some companies offer, but really the integration happened at the core of the OS and hardware level, so customers don't have to stand by and wait for manufacturer and solution provider to integrate into one seamless solution, which does take some time. So when the integration happens so deep at this level, it could take months of coordination and to provide a final fine-tuned product straight to the customer's doorsteps. All the while, the customer can continually focus on their kiosk launch strategy. So at the end of the day, what the customer does experience is the seamless integration, meaning as soon as they receive the product, the customer powers up the kiosk and they can immediately implement their kiosk strategy that very same day, whether it's digital signage, product sales, membership signups, etc.
Really amazing. What are some of the unique benefits of POSBANK's partnership with Esper for retailers like Parker's and other customer-facing businesses?
I'd say the biggest benefits would be shortened time to launch. You're already hearing about how fast retailers need to implement change. Customer-facing business are looking for ways to increase service levels, increase sales while keeping costs low, and while providing convenience. The hard part of the hardware and solution selection has already been done and optimized. We let the customers focus, shorten their launch, and focus more on their kiosk launch strategy. Basically, the hard part's already done, so you can concentrate on more important things.
For a very improved experience for those customers, absolutely. And what do customer-facing businesses need to know before they deploy self-service kiosks?
Besides location and how to fully utilize the kiosk during downtimes, for example, perhaps using it as a digital signage when the kiosk is not in use, remote monitoring and management systems should definitely be considered. And by partnering with Esper, we're happy to provide that ability to customers. Also consider the final details. For example, if the kiosk requires a lot of labor, then benefits provided by the kiosk is quickly lost. It's just a simple example. A retail store who wants to save energy obviously wants to keep the kiosk locked so the customers can't have access to the power button. Usual cases, only the store manager has the key to access the kiosk, and so the employee has to find the store manager, bring him over to the kiosk, unlock it, and then turn the power off. Same thing in the morning when they come into the office or the retail stores. So we had one customer who had this problem. So we implemented changes to our kiosk so that the employee can simply unplug the system after store hours. And when they come back into the store, they can just plug the power back in. The system is up and running, and Esper solution is launched automatically. So you want to consider those finer details on the store processes at the same time when considering a kiosk solution.
Before I let you get back to the rest of your day, I just wanted to ask if there was anything else you'd like to share with our listeners in regards to POSBANK. We'd love to hear any of your...
Sure. We offer a lot of different solutions here at POSBANK. We offer design manufacturing services. We're definitely looking into getting into the self-checkout areas as well. Definitely want to grow that business. So we are looking for various different system integration partners where we can design and manufacture these systems for them. We do offer a lot more convenience in terms of how they can implement their POS system. We can help them build an image on their OS and their software. We can install those at the manufacturing processes, really taking a lot of the workload off the customer side. So when they can just receive the systems at their location, turn it on, their solution's already uploaded on the hard drive, and they're good to go. So we're open to having a lot of these conversations with a lot of the system integrators in the markets. So definitely consider POSBANK. We've been in the business since 94, manufacturing since 2004. We manufactured and sold 130,000 units just in 2019, where we've expanded our manufacturing line to increase the production output. We'd be a great partner, and we also have Esper on our side as well. So definitely consider us for your future business initiative.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the DroidDevCast. We'll be back next week with another exciting show for you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this episode on social media. You can also follow us on Twitter at EsperDev, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest happenings here at Esper. Learn more about the POSBANK BIGPOS running Esper Enhanced Android at esper.io/hardware. You can listen to the DroidDevCast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Simplecast, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Thank you again for listening.